Hello everyone, my name is Angel Velez. I'm with Home for Life Realty and I'm here with Cecilia. And today what we want to discuss is some of the changes that have been going on in the real estate. I know you had some really good questions, Cecilia, that you wanted to ask me about the state of real estate in 2024 and how things have shifted or are going to shift. So I'm working with Home for Life Realty as a real estate broker, and we're really having a good year so far, a good start to the year. But I know there's some changes in the wind. And Cecilia, what company are you representing?
I'm with New American Funding, and thank you again for having me, Angel.
Sure.
He has been one of my wonderful business partners for many years, a wonderful, experienced expert at what he does.
I paid her to say that. Nah, just kidding.
But again, he was actually my first agent when I came out into the retail world and working with agents, and he's always educating me on what's going on with the market. So I'm happy that you invited me, and thankfully with New American Funding, we try to stay abreast with our partners to make sure we understand this market. You know, hearing so much in the news, you don't know what to believe. Tell me what's going on with the real estate market and these lawsuits and stuff. You know, what's going on?
Yeah, well, I don't want to get into
the buyer.
I don't want to get so much into the legalities of how all this came about for agents. The bottom line is there's this change in the winds, and so we're feeling and sensing some of the changes that are coming, and it has a lot to do with the commission structures. Okay. It's really not a lot of a big change. It's always been the same thing, but not so much enforced, and it's the way you present it to sellers. A lot of times buyers believe that the seller, the owner of that property, is going to pay that agent the commission, and so sometimes they'll ask the agent for closing costs, and it escapes them that the commission is typically something that is already arranged in the multiple listing systems for realtors. Well, what's happened now is some agents, not in the state of Virginia, there's been other states, the lawsuits are coming from other states, but it's obviously a dominoes effect. So what's happening is that some of the agents were presenting the information to sellers, and they used the word that the seller always pays the commission. And so what happens is that buyer, when you're bringing a buyer into the mix with another agent, that buyer's agent is probably saying the same thing. Oh, don't worry about it. The commission is covered by the selling agent. So it's never been true that the seller has the option to pay or not pay the cooperating agent. So the individual homeowners are gonna end up paying the commission for whatever is negotiated for the listing agent, but the buyer's agent is not a must. It's something that gets negotiated.
So it's not obligated.
Yeah, it's not
sellers
obligated.
Has to pay.
Yeah,
okay,
and so we
sense.
have to be able to, as real estate agents, real estate professionals, be able to express to our sellers the importance of paying that cooperating commission for the buyer's agent, because the buyer's agent is a big part of the contract itself.
Wow.
But it's not that there's so much of a change. How it affects buyers, however, if the listing, the owner is not paying a commission, then that's going to fall on the buyer to pay that commission. And typically, commissions are a 3% split, or I should say a 6% split. Okay. This is normal. I'm saying this is what's normal. Industry averages is 3% and 3%. So that selling agent gets the 3% and the buyer's agent gets 3%. That's the norm. That's not written in stone, and that could be something that's negotiated. Okay. So the way, as us professionals, we have to present that information the correct way, and there's a negotiable fee that is charged. And then if the seller's agent is the owner of that property wants to pay a commission, then that's also something that's negotiable. So the rule of thumb is that when you're presenting your data to a buyer, you must express the importance that there is not a mandatory law or anything like that says that they have to pay the commission. So now that buyer has to be prepared to pay that commission.
To pay that commission.
Yeah,
out of their
and
pocket.
like I said, it's normally could be 3%.
Wow. Now that could be affected. It doesn't affect like all loans, but you know, in our world with the VA.
Oh, that's right.
With VA mortgages, the buyer is not going to be able. So that can a veteran pay the cost of the buyer's commission?
Well, the currently the law that is written for lenders is that VA loan, they're not allowed to pay any commission to the representing the buyer. However, the way you can get around that is in the contract itself. When you write up your contract, you can ask the seller, the seller, the person that owns that property, to pay that commission. Okay. So there's a way around it, and it's not the end of the world. It's just the way you structure it. And if that property is not able to be bought by a veteran, then there's lots of properties out there. I don't think this is so much going to affect the way we do business. It's just the way we present the information. We must educate our buyers and our sellers and the things that are going on in the industry right now. Otherwise, that's what causes the problem when you don't communicate clearly what the expectations are.
I love that word, managing expectations. And this is why I come and sit with Angel Velez, Home for Life Realty, because he definitely helps our buyers here at New American Funding and educating them and keeping them so well informed. I just learned a lot from him today. We're going to continue to be doing these videos and doing our little tidbits, weekly. So definitely reach out to the best expert, one of our best agents out here.
Well, thank you. Now, the buying experience is still going to be the same. There's still properties that are out there for sale. There's still buyers that are looking to buy properties. It's just communicating the expectations as far as commissions are concerned. Okay. And in my experience, the dollars, the money, it's an important thing because we need it to feed our family and we need it to live. However, our goal is to make the buyer and the seller happy in the transaction, and not so much the chasing the money. We brought on a new agent, and I love he says that we don't chase money; money chases us.
All right,
and the reason that is because we look after the buyer and the seller, and it's just a happy medium. It's just communicating everything. So I think that's the importance. That's the biggest changes that is going on in the industry right now. I don't think it's time to press the panic button. I think it's just time to restructure, reinvent, and just present the information correctly. So, I appreciate you coming down and sitting down with me, Cecilia, and trying to educate the folks out there. Yes. I know there's a lot of news, but we want you to hear the facts. So.
Yes, and thank you for having me again. CC Ramos, Cecilia Ramos with New American Funding, NMLS 96205. Will we posting these videos?
Sure.
All right. So we look forward to seeing you next time, and thank you for having me.
Thank you, folks.